I think we're live. Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. How is everyone this fine Friday? I thought this weekend would never come. I have just been so busy. Of course, all the sports that we've got going on, and then Wrigley's School Musical. We've got field trips going on. Oh, my hair is just big, 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 big today, too. So no makeup, don't care. I did do some lipstick stuff, but that way I wouldn't look totally like deceased on here. But how is everybody this fine Friday? Check on in. Let us know that you're here. Looks like Katie ducked in real quick to say hi. Yes, she's our only donation so far. So the donation list is looking pretty light today. So we should be able to take care of that right after our scheduled event, which is a pick a card. We haven't done a pick a card in a hot minute around here. And I love doing them. They're so much fun for me. I mean, they're kind of where I got my start, at least on YouTube. So yes, let's do some shout outs. Wait till about the 5-minute mark before we really solidly get going. But I hope everyone's doing well. I figured for our pick a card topic today, we're going to do two options, or pile 1, pile 2, or A or B, or however we're going to do this. But I just figured, like, let's tune into what's next, because there's so much going on in the world right now, for better, for worse, till death do us part, I just heard. So like a lot's going on out there right now. Yeah, the frequency's been blasting. I saw like this, I didn't take a picture of that one. I saw like this grid like cloud pattern where they almost look like water ripples, where they kind of just almost like someone took, a version of like water ripples and then took the clone stamp tool. Those of you that have Photoshop or know how to use Photoshop, took the clone stamp tool with those same things and just kind of went like this over and over across like this one patch of sky. And I'm like, you can literally see the frequencies in the clouds that they're blasting right now. Oh, you're super sleepy today, suddenly after the live with Carrie K, as my body got activated. Yeah, well, honor your body. Your body is the one, it's the one taking us through this whole thing. So like we like to push through when we're feeling anxious, like, no, I just have 2 more hours of work, or I have this thing going on. Ooh, now my left ear's ringing. Frequencies. Yeah, like there's so much going on, and I even just got super overwhelmed. Like I was on the verge of like a shutdown last night, even before baseball. Like I'm trying to get dinner going. The dog keeps jumping up on the counter. The kids aren't cooperating in getting their baseball stuff ready, and I'm trying to do one thing. My husband gets home. I'm taking the pot with dinner, and then my elbow bumps these little seedlings I have started that are right next to the sink on the counter, and then those go flop into the floor, creating a big mess. And then I like just had to put the pot down and like pace a few circles, like with my hands like this, like just breathe. I'm gonna lose it. Just over little things that just keep building up. It wasn't any big things, or no one was mean to me. Like just the energies are so intense right now that like even these little things that feel like your body even gets clumsy, like my just being clumsy, like not having spatial awareness with like the pot and my elbow, and trying to like use my back leg here to get the dog out of the counter, like as I'm holding a bunch of other things. It's like, just breathe. Isn't that an Anna Nalick or Nalick, however you say her last name, song, Just Breathe? Or I think it's called 2 a.m. from the early 2000s sometime. Oh my gosh. But like, whew, I just needed a breath. And then we get to the baseball field, and the game's canceled or forfeited because they only had 6 players. The other team, not my kid's team, my son's team, the other team only had 6 players. But instead of forfeiting and everybody just going home after we finally all got down there, they just played kind of a scrimmage. And it was maybe about 20 minutes less than like the length of a normal game, just because they're like, okay, let's just call it a day. Like three of our players filled in their outfield for them while we were up to bat, because we were down 1 player, but we still had a full 9 to be able to play. So we'd loan like kind of the back three of our batting order for each inning to them as outfield. And one of our own players caught someone's pop fly in the outfield, and we're like, oh. But it was fun. I'm glad they at least got to play. So yeah. Sunseas, hello, hello. Marlene is here. Versha's here as well. Welcome everybody. Yeah, your weekend was like that. Yeah, I've just been like needing this deep rest and relaxation, and not that I just need to lay around and do nothing. I don't think I even need that. I just need time to just be, and to just like on a whim, like, oh, I want to repot this plant real quick, or I want to just go sit in the sun and enjoy the breeze and the sun and listening to the birds without feeling like, oh, now I have to go here, now I have to go do this, now I have to go do that. Like, I just want a day or 2 or 10 where I can just exist, you know? Like, summer can't come soon enough, but we have a pretty busy summer. We're starting right out of the gate from 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Boston's got this like weightlifting and conditioning class to kind of get him ready for high school sports for Monday through Thursday for 6 weeks of the first part of summer. And then Wrigley's got like YMCA summer camps, summer half day, summer full day. So I'll maybe, once I play chauffeur from one place to the other, maybe drop Boston off at the golf course after that, and then be able to maybe just catch up on all of the like chores and stuff that have just gone by the wayside because we've been so busy. I work all day, go to baseball all night, and in between, like the cracks that slip in between is like, you know, kids coming home from school for like an hour, making dinner, getting everybody where they need to be. And of course, my kids just kind of throw their stuff everywhere. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, we're so out of our organization right now that I need like, honestly, about 3 full days to like do a deep clean and reset all of our organizational systems and just get everything back to good, you know, just a good reset. But into the near future, tuning in, I don't have 3 days that I can do that with. I'm just overwhelmed, you know how we get there, and then it's like, this actually, what we're doing here actually acts as kind of a bit of a reset for my energy. So that's good. That's good. It feels fun and vibey, and I'm all about that. So hopefully we can have a fun time here. Yeah, go inward when that happens. That's totally what I had to say. Okay, yes, this is human life, being very busy, being very distracted. And I almost wonder, you know, just these systems that are in place, I almost wonder if there isn't something like around May Day, you know, I think it's called Beltane. I can never pronounce it correctly. And then like that summer solstice, it's usually kind of the wrapping up of the school year for a lot of people. And there are so many activities, and Wrigley's got 1 to 2 like travel away from the school field trips from like mid-April through the end of the year for him, which is like June 12th, I think. I'm like, I've never seen them have so many events and field trips and going places in one school year, let alone all within like a month and a half, like crammed in like that. I was like, what is going on? But I wonder energetically if there's a reason behind parents having to be so busy and their kids being so busy with school and sports and everything, like at this specific time of year, if that's like for a reason to keep everybody super distracted. Like, I tuned into that. I normally just kind of go with it, but this year I'm like, it's just too much. Like, it's too much. Yeah, they have field day coming up too. They have like a sports day and a pizza party at school today, which I don't have to be involved in that. So I don't have to go volunteer or anything for that. So, but yeah, it's thankfully they keep these events to like during the week. So, we at least get to keep our Saturday open. But Wrigley's Mr. Popularity contest, as I've told you guys before, so he had, he has a birthday party coming up on tomorrow, Saturday, and the next weekend he has one Saturday, one Sunday, and then the weekend after that, that Friday is my anniversary. So I'm hoping I can at least maybe go out to dinner or do something fun and exciting, you know, go on a little date night or something. Fingers crossed. But even if I just get a night to just chill at home, like I wouldn't be mad at that either, you know? And then we actually have a kiddo staying the night tonight, which I'm like, Wrigley, clean your room. This poor kid is going to have to sleep in your horde because his brother is in a traveling soccer league. and he's one of Wrigley's good friends, and I'm pretty good friends with his mom, but he would actually miss their mutual friend's birthday party tomorrow if he were to have to travel with his mom. So I'm like, yeah. And I signed up for this even before I knew how overwhelmed I was going to be. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, I can keep my sanity at least through Sunday. But we have soccer Sunday, and then Monday starts all over again. 4 baseball games, work all week, and I'm just like, oh, I just want a break so bad. Yeah. Oh, end of school year party. Yeah, all that stuff. 3 activities and events on Saturday. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just a lot. And I'm only working, like during the school hours, like during the day. I don't even have the mental wherewithal or capacity to be able to even work like after hours after, baseball's over, because we don't usually even get home till close to 9. And I'm just like, I'm zapped. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to carry on like this, but I don't see an end in sight until baseball season's over, which is second week of June for Boston, maybe first week of June for Wrigley. So I got my white knuckle death grip on like my sanity right now to just push through and get it done, and then hopefully things will at least slow down. Like I can play chauffeur. I don't mind that because I can bring an audiobook or physical book, and if I have to sit in a parking lot between activities and do that, or at a park or something, like I can totally do that. It's just the constant going, and then here to there and then everywhere that gets me. It really gets to me. But anyway, let's do some timestamps. We're going to get into our what's next. What's next? Not in like a what's next, but like what's next? That's kind of how I was hoping to frame this. Pick a card is like what's next? Not in a sarcastic, like, what else are you going to throw at me, universe? But like, ooh, exciting, new energies coming in. Like, what's next for us? Like, that's what I'm going for. So we're going to go at 12:02. Okay. That is so hard to read. Wow, I am on my game, but to be fair, this pen is not writing correctly. So, okay. 12:02, pick a card selection. And we're gonna let's be real funny and use oh gosh, this is like a modern twist on tarot. The front of the box has like baby Cupid puking like behind a tree. It's a really funny, and I don't even know if you could consider it tarot, because I mean we get things like this in here. But let's just do pile 1 and pile 2. What's next? Okay, what is coming up next for those watching pile 1? Ooh, we have a bunch of specifically Amazon packages here, which that's what my like foyer area looks like right now. So much has come in that needs to be unpacked, put away. Just not enough time in a day. Okay, that's pile A or 1. Pile 1. Pile 2, what's next for pile 2? Ooh, pile 2 gets 2. Wow. The microdoser and the menace. We have 3 hearts here, which remind me of cups, and then the ace of cups. And then the menace, a little guy looking in or out a window. I mean, maybe you can be the one to make the call. Is this someone looking in or on the inside looking out? But this will be pile 2. And don't be scared away by the menace card, because I'm already hearing there are a lot of good things packed in this pile. We don't know what it is yet, because obviously we haven't dealt the cards for that. But so pile 1, pile 2. And these seem to be more major arcana vibes because they actually have a label, and this one doesn't. And this actually feels more transformational. So I'm not like trying to sell you guys on pile 2, but I get it. Okay. All right, pile 1, or those that selected these Amazon packages, we're going to get into it. So it's 1421. Pile 1. Okay, so let's get into it. So already there's unfinished business or loose ends that need tied up. There's a new beginning looking to come through, but I mean, look at the amount of stuff that's going on here. There's this element of overwhelm. This is probably totally my pile. I did not even try to figure out what was going to be my pile, but yeah, this definitely feels like it. I'm hearing take it one at a time, one action at a time, one task at a time, one package at a time. But let's use the Green Witch Tarot, or is this the Witch's Garden Tarot. All right, what's next? What's coming in for pile 1? All right. Ooh, Knight of Cups. And okay, yeah. Here's this overwhelm energy, conflict. Like, this feels more like an internal conflict, or a conflict with, having to show up as a human in the 3D world and make things happen, get ish done, all of that. That's what this energy feels like. But with the Knight of Cups here, this feels like things will eventually kind of slow down a little bit, and you will have an offer of something that's more, I just heard the word sensual, which is more just go with the flow, more feminine energy, more romanticizing life. Time to actually stop and smell the roses is what I heard as well. I love this. This is totally my bio. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Yes. So there is going to be a time, and I'm seeing within the next 2 weeks, even if your calendar looks as busy as mine does, things will start to slow down enough, or either that or you're kind of getting used to this, that you're kind of in the flow of things. And I can't not mention the Weeping Willow vibes going on in the background here, which is very much like go with the wind. I mean, you watch a willow in the wind, they don't try to stand up. I mean, yes, the trunk obviously, but like the branches will just bend with the wind. They are very bendable. So it's like you, pile 1, are bending to kind of match the frequency, match the energy. Or if this is something that you're in resistance to, it's like you're finding a way not to resist it, but to transmute it, or transcend is actually the word I'm hearing. Tanya's here. Hey, Red, those curls are looking lighter. I don't know, it just might be the lighting in here, but they are like day 4 curls, day 4 curls, just out of control. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of trying to tame the beast, I'm just going to let it all hang out today. I don't even care. So that's what we're working with. Fresh out of my pineapple. And by those of you, like, you put a pineapple in your hair. It's just when you gather up all the hair you own and put it at the top like this and put it in a ponytail. Like, this is how I sleep. I look like an 80s rocker chick or something. And I just took it out of that this morning and was like, well, this is what we're working with. And probably when we're done with this live stream, before I have to go run any errands or pick kids up from school, I'm just going to do this little number. Watch. My clip. Perfect. Warm weather day hairstyle. All right. Sorry about the delay. Pile 1, let's get back into it. Let's get... I'm hearing the Divination Corner Mystical Timing Tarot. So if there's something you want to know a timing question on, and I just heard we do not need to use this for pile 2 for whatever reason, so we'll go a different route for them. But for pile 1, anything they need to know, what is the timing of this? Ooh, well, it's definitely going to be before June. I always mix up June, July, January, all the J's. This is going to be before June 20th, or whenever that summer solstice time is, 21st, somewhere in there. I think it's the 21st, if I'm being all honest and proper. December 21st, June 21st, I believe. Blossoming, blooming, expansion, fresh start, new beginning. When the flowers begin to bloom, which they've already started around where I'm at least in the trees, let me just show you this absolutely glorious hawthorn tree, just right past. It's very pink and pretty right now. And then there's some sort of white, fluffy, pretty. Look at the prettiness of the pink hawthorn tree. And then we got this white. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but yeah, spring has sprung in Montana. So I'm here for it. But anyway, this spring, between now and June 20th-ish, this is when you're going to be having this fresh start, this kind of slower energy, but it's not like, I won't even say it's slow. It's just that you have kind of normalized maybe some busyness, but you will have time. And that's what I'm hearing. You will have time to be able to slow down if that's something you need or want or are desperately trying to do. Good. Very good. Okay. And the Money Moves Oracle for pile 1. What's next for pile 1? All right. We have Love Affair. Beware, love affairs at work rarely end well, it says and well, but I think they meant end well. Don't lose your mind. I'm not getting like a work wife situationship vibe from this at all. Actually, what I'm seeing is love affair of life. Like, are you losing your spark or your zest for life, your love for life because of all of this overwhelm? And if you've answered yes to that a little bit, it doesn't mean it's gone forever. It's coming back. That's what I'm hearing. So look at that. There is a love coming back, and then we have the love affair card itself as well. Look at that. Knight of Cups. So you falling back in love with life is what I'm hearing. All right, let's get some tea leaves in the mix, and we got the whole stack. We're just going for it today. All right, anything else? Next, what's coming next for pile 1? All right, we have chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. So this could even be an acquaintance or, you know, like a new worker coming to your work, something like that. It doesn't have to be like a ride or die near and dear person, but just someone new. Could even be like a new cashier at a place that you always frequent. It could be something like that. Bull, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude, especially those of you that are feeling a bit burned out, a bit overwhelmed. Like, yes, if you need to rest, absolutely rest, but you got this. That's what I'm hearing. Just kind of tune in, especially where Taurus is in your chart, because that's where we kind of are like a little bit stubborn, not wanting to back down from opposition. We kind of want to stand our ground. You know, for someone that's a Libra ascendant like me, that would be the 8th house. That's other people's money. That's mysteries of life, digging deeper into things, all of that. Death. Interestingly enough, a lot of people call it the house of like sex and sexual energy. Actually, no. One time in the 70s, an astrologer called sex like a mini death, and then everybody was ascribing the 8th house to sex. Really, it is the 12th house of the hidden realms, because yeah, it's the 12th house. So look at that. Do not back down from opposition. All right, let's get a few more. What's next for pile 1? All right, we have a dark man. Dealings a relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair or eyes, I'm hearing as well. And it's almost like the same guy, but like his back is turned. So this is most likely a masculine energy of someone new entering your life. Again, it's not someone new that is going to be like a life-changing type of person. I don't feel that in any way. It's more just like an acquaintance, someone new at work, that kind of thing for some of you. For others of you, this could be like a cashier or, you know, a place that you go all the time. You're just noticing there's a new worker, or you're talking to a new worker or something. All right, I dropped one. So there's slippery energy here. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So not unattainable, but you're going to have to work for it a little bit because it did slip. It slipped away, but we grabbed it. We grabbed it. So look at this. There is an increase in material wealth or spiritual growth coming in. One more card for pile 1. What's next? Pile 1, what's next? All right. And we have here casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. And I'm not even really tuning into one person's energy for this. This is more the end of this trying time, more difficult time, more busy or overburdened time. You're either normalizing or getting used to how busy things are, or things are slowing down to where the end of that just hard situation where you had to white knuckle it through life is coming to an end. To where you do have more time to just be more leisurely is what I'm hearing. More time for leisurely events or hobbies, or spending time with people that, you know, you've been so busy and you just feel a bit guilty that you haven't reached out or gone on a date, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. And for you guys, look at all that has shown up at your door that you have yet to dive into. So many good things that you have yet to unpack. I love this. I love this so much. All right. So that was pile 1. What's next for pile 1? So pile 2, we're at 2410. Pile 2. Okay, and put these back. Where did I put this one? There it is. This one, and this one. Okay. Stagger these back. Okay, so pile 2. Or those of you that selected, well, 2 cards came out for pile 2, and I said, don't be afraid just because of what they are. But there is going to be a major transition, but it's not happening all at once. This just real big, like, bomb going off in your life. it's, with that microdoser card here, it's more of a quick, not quick, like here's a shift, here's a change, here's another shift, here's another change, but it's not all at once. It feels more systematically kind of coming in. I just heard snowball effect, not in a bad way though. It's like gaining momentum. So there's a gaining of momentum. And I'm going to get a clarifier specifically for this menace card because I keep hearing it's not as bad as it looks. It's not as bad as it looks. And I just heard it's your own shadow that's kind of coming out and at least showing its eyes. Like at least you can see that much of your shadow here. Brianna, hello, hello, hello. Let's go to the Witch's Garden. Yes, Witch's Garden Tarot. To clarify specifically this menace card for pile 2 on what's next. What's next? Yes. Very much. Look at the snake here. That's about transformation, shedding of the old, or, just integrating some of this shadow, which has, yes, in the past felt like a menace to you. Hence why you shoved it in the box, shoved it in the closet, and made it part of the shadow. But it's ready. Maybe there's not a door open to walk through and totally full frontally face this shadow, but at the very least, you're opening a window to at least put eyes on it. Because it's got eyes on you right now, so you're putting some eyes on it. And in fact, pile 2, because you have had the courage to face this more shadow or unintegrated part of you, it's you do even just observe it. You don't have to do anything with it, but observe it and acknowledge, yes, it's here. Okay. That's all you have to do. That's all the work you have to put in to be able to get some new downloads. Some spiritual initiative is what I heard. Spiritual initiative coming on in. All right, what else does group 2 need to know about what's next? What's next for pile 2? We have the Lovers card. So this spiritual initiative, this big idea, this inspiration, aha moment that's coming in is actually going to lead you to a pretty major decision. For some of you, this may be about career, also could be about, kind of just the way things are operating in your home, your own self-development, your love life. But again, this is a decision you can make, but it feels like you can implement this decision more in increments rather than have to, again, flip a switch and have everything shift or change right overnight. Again, with that microdosing card there, or microdoser card. Yeah, it's like integrating this change slowly, gradually, practically is what I'm hearing. All right, since we don't need a timing card, let's just get an additional tarot card here for pile 2. Anything else that's coming up next? Ooh, we have the Two of Cups, which is the lower octave of the Lovers card. So for many of you, if this does not have to do with your love life, then this has to do with your love of life or the way that you're romanticizing life. So I can see those of you that selected pile 1, I can see that energy showing up here in pile 2, almost just considering this an extended reading of pile 1. So your love of life is coming back. Again, may not come back all at once or overnight, because with this microdoser card, it's kind of showing up slowly and steadily. Very Knight of Pentacles energy coming in too. All right, let's get one more tarot, and then we're going to move over to the Money Moves Oracle, and then the tea leaves for pile 2. What's next? What's next for pile 2? 7 of Cups. And look at her. She's just vibing. She's just chilling. She's in no rush, no big hurry to have to make this final decision about something. She's kind of keeping her options open and examining maybe some evidence or details about specific things without having to just make this hard and fast decision about where she wants to go next or what she wants to do next. Or do I want to quit that job? Do I want to start this other job? Do I want to end that relationship? Whatever the case may be. For some of you too, this is about integrating new health habits, whether, diet, exercise routine, maybe taking a break from social media, or just kind of incrementally decreasing your use rather than doing let's pull the plug on all of our devices. It's more of an incremental, like, okay, I was just an example. I was on my screen for an average of 4 hours this week. Well, next week I want to have an average of, 3.5 hours. A week after that, I want to have an average of 3 hours, and just kind of incrementally dialing it back to somewhere where you feel comfortable that it's not completely running your life or, taking way too much time from you. And that's a very specific message for, I think, 2 of you that are really thinking about just pulling back from maybe network circles as far as like online social media content, content consumption is what I'm hearing. Let's go now to the tea leaves for pile 2. Big stack, big stack. All right, anything else coming in? What's next for pile 2? All right, we have fair woman. So pile 1 was dealing with a man. Well, pile 2 is dealing with a woman. Dealing is a relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. I'm also hearing blue eyes or lighter colored eyes. All right, tell us more about this woman or just anything else in general that needs to come through about what's next. Ooh, we have fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. Wow, because lightning strikes can cause fire. And crazy fact, actually, the month before my house burned down in 1995, we actually had a lightning strike that caused a fire under our fridge. So things can happen. But yes, strong emotion, love or hate, control your anger or you will be sorry. So Mars is currently in Vedic astrology still in the sign of Cancer. It's going to be going into Leo. For some reason, this date is important, so I am going to look it up for you guys. It shouldn't take me too long. I have my app in my bookmarked. It's not an app, it's a website, but I have it bookmarked. So, oh, yes, it's about halfway through Cancer right now. I want to see maybe a month out from now where Mars will be, because now it's no longer retrograde. It's going back through Cancer. Okay, so it'll definitely be in Leo within a month. By June 15th, it's at 4 degrees of Leo. So let's see. Let's go back even just a little bit more, maybe to around June 5th and see where Mars is going to be. Okay, it's at 28 degrees Cancer. So somewhere between the 5th and the 15th of June, Mars is going into the sign of Leo, which is going to be, it's not detrimental point because Cancer is the hardest place for Mars to be. And if you are someone who has a Mars in Cancer natally, like my husband, it can make things really frustrating to when you try to communicate or get a point across, like no one can hear you. I've been feeling bad for him, especially where the kids are concerned. Like he's trying to like, you need to do this, you got to do that, get this done. And like the kids just aren't listening, can't hear him. I really feel bad because it's like, that's a hard placement, having Mars in Cancer. But it's going to be alleviating. So if you're looking at your Vedic chart, wherever the sign of Cancer is for you, you're going to, like, the pressure valve is being let off. For me, personally, it's my 10th house. That's my 10th house of career or, legacy, how you show up in the world. That's being much affected since November because it actually dipped into Cancer before it went retrograde and back through Gemini yet again, and then forward through Gemini yet again, back into Cancer. So it's for about 6 solid, 7, almost months. We've been dealing with this Mars Cancer energy, Mars back retrograde, Mars into Gemini energy. And now we have younger man. Dealing's a relationship with a younger man. So pile 2, you're going to be dealing with some people. And some of the people you're dealing with, some of these people you're dealing with are causing you to just be like, are you serious right now? And just needing to hold your tongue because people are triggering you. And I actually look at these triggers for you, pile 2, as a gift because they're pointing out unhealed parts of you. And that's kind of where this menace card comes into play is other people are triggering or poking into that shadow part of you to make it at least get its eyes out. It's like observing like what's going on here. And, let's get specifically some guidance or advice about being able to be in control of these emotions. Woo! Work, achievement, success. So for many of you, this actually could be having to do with things going on at work. Trying to at least keep your emotions in check at work. And then maybe when you get to your car, you can release those emotions or process things without snapping at someone or feeling, or, if you don't work outside the home, just as far as your life's work and people who are coming up against your life's work or just not seeing your vision or making your life's work more difficult, however this will resonate for you personally. Let's get one more and we'll wrap it up. Okay, closing statement for what's next for pile 2. But yeah, other people. Oh, and then romance is in the air. So I mean, anyone that's having issues maybe with a spouse or a significant other, I see you being able to resolve any differences or issues. Again, I'm seeing kind of the same timeline as we were getting for pile 2 or 1. Maybe that's why we didn't need to draw a timing card for pile 2, is because they got the spring card if you're just joining us from didn't see pile 1. But spring ends in June 20th-ish, somewhere in there. So between now and June 20th, you're going to figure something out. And romance in the air, even if you're single or have someone and things are fine, romanticizing life, just getting more in tune with the flow of life and not feeling like life is happening to you, but rather that life is happening for you. All right, pile 2, hope that resonated for you. And we do have one donation so far, so we're going to get into that here momentarily. After I get all these put back. And then if we didn't have any other donations come in after that, we'll just end it a little bit early. So this is kind of, I guess, at least for now, our last call to get those donations in so we can take care of those for you by the end of the weekend here. Or before the weekend starts, I should say. Make sure I'm putting these in the right way. Ooh. And this one. And all of these need to be put back. Okay, and then we're going to get into Katie's reading. Cancer's in the 11th house with the North Node in it. Yeah, so you most likely are going to be, or have had, and it sounds like that's pretty correct, Versha, just issues with your network circle, especially people that you know online. And you just like them coming at you or you wanting to go at them. And I know at least a few weeks ago you were dealing with somebody who was basically trying to tell you what you should and shouldn't do or how you should heal. And it's like, no, I'll do my own healing, thanks. Yeah, for sure. Or even just pulling back from platforms, creators that you just don't really resonate with as much. That can be a thing with the 11th house, just, the network, the World Wide Web, which seems pretty relevant to, and then maybe leaning in even more to new, network circles like Carrie Kay's Plasma Light Tribe. So that tracks for you pretty good with Mars being retrograde there for you and then going back forward. So, all right. So Katie has donated for a full reading. So let's get into this for Katie. We're going to leave a timestamp for Katie because I think she's at work. We're at 37:19. Oh, nose is itching, so good luck coming through. All right. Good afternoon. I hope you are happy and well. I would like a message from Stacy, please. I'm at work and will watch the live later. Thank you. Oh, you're most welcome. Let's actually move over here to the, oh gosh. It's not the Third Eye Tarot. Wake Me Up Tarot. Had to look at the box. Because on the box, it's the High Priestess card in this deck, which she's got the third eye like open on her forehead. But it's the Wake Me Up Tarot. All right, so a message from Stacy to Katie, tuning into Stacy's lovely true spirit. A message. Ooh, we have this again. She always likes to let you know where she's standing just in her kind of personal, like home life. And it looks like things are about how they have been. Maybe some disagreements with her spouse and just, trying to maintain status quo is what it feels like. But a message personally from Stacy to Katie. Okay. Yeah. She's been in this energy for quite a while here with this kind of almost heartbreak. Like, again, she's like, I'm trying to repair my marriage, but like, I don't know at what point do I just give up, because the same thing keeps, like the same cup, like let's just use the imagery we have, the same cup keeps falling to the floor. And every week, every month, every, 3 months, however long it takes, I glue it all back together again. And yeah, I guess I can still hold water or coffee or whatever, milk, whatever that is that's spilled here. But like, it's just not the same. And every time that I have to go down on my knees and pick up all the pieces again, it just feels more and more fragile. Yeah, this just keeps coming up. So this is definitely a cycle that Stacy is in. So if it's been a minute since you've heard from her, this is absolutely why. She's in just a difficult place, and it feels almost like heart. Like, I just heard that song, and I don't know the song fully, but like No Tears Left to Cry. I don't know who sings that. It's like Ariana Grande or one of those. I don't know. Let's see. No Tears Left It is Ariana. Okay. Right now, I'm in a state of mind I want to be in like all the time. Ain't got no tears left to cry. I'm picking it up, picking it up. I'm loving, I'm living. I'm picking it up, picking it up, picking it up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking it up. Oh, and she's picking it up. And I don't know this song very well. I more know the chorus part. But yeah, ain't got no tears in my body. I ran out, but boy, I like it. It's almost, and I'm not saying she does like it. She doesn't like feeling like this, but it's become her normal. So it's almost like, yeah, this is it. This is my life. This is my marriage. This is just how I operate, I guess. And it makes her feel like she's given up on this greater version of her, that somehow you are like part and parcel of helping bring out in her. So yeah, it's like you are like this Ace of Cups here that's being presented, and she's like, I love that, but I don't even know that I have the energy to love that, because look what I've got in front of me. Just same crap, different day is kind of the energy here. But when you do get to see her, talk to her, communicate with her, it really does act as this almost oasis in the desert for her, because life, yeah, it just helps her like break free from like the life she's living or feels she's living, or this like kind of almost prison she feels like she's in with this basically failing marriage that neither of them is willing to part ways with right now for whatever reason. It feels very financial on her part. So either she really heavily relies on him financially, or she would have to significantly shift or change her lifestyle if that's not specifically the case, that she fully relies on him financially. But for him, it's more like, well, this is just what married. It feels like for her husband, like this is just how a husband treats a wife. Like passive aggressive comments, maybe backhanded compliments that aren't very complimentary. And she just deals with it because a lot of ways she doesn't feel she deserves better. But let's see a message specifically from Stacy to Katie. Yeah, it's like she doesn't have the voice or the power, because it came out in reverse, to feel like she can keep the relationship going. Not like, oh, I want to end the relationship. No, not at all. Because my nose keeps itching, which is very lucky energy. But it's almost like she's very dependent on you to keep the relationship fresh and fun and the communication flowing. And then she feels bad about that at times when she maybe drops the ball with communication, or can't get together, or whatever the case may be. Then she feels bad about it. So there is regret on her part, not for being friends with you or anything you've done, but regret that she can't show up full and authentic and like this fun, vibrant version of herself the way that you present to her. Yeah. Anything else? Messages from Stacy to Katie. And we did have another donation come in from Florence, so we'll take care of that here momentarily. Yeah, it's like keeping the communication flowing. That's going to be the key here to keeping this friendship, this connection really good and vital. And then there's that High Priestess I was talking about at the beginning of, kind of before we started the reading there, when I was like, what tarot is this? Third Eye, Wake Me Up, whatever it's called. But yeah, the spiritual connection that you two have transcends, it surpasses even just this physical 3D connection you have. And she's almost always thinking about you, or little things remind her of you, that bring a smile to her face. And you are just, getting a fun meme or a communication or a text or whatever from you does really brighten her day. Even if you feel at times, Katie, like, oh, I'm bothering her, like sending her this or sending her that. But there are times she thinks of you and, wants to send you communication as well. All right. So I hope that resonated for you, Katie. Okay. So Florence, let's pop over to my email just to see if that came through, which it did. Okay. Go ahead and post your question, Florence. We're going to get right into it for you today. I'm going to take a quick drink of my water. Okay. So we're going to go back to the Witch's Garden Tarot for Florence's question. Get it all shuffled up here real good. Ooh. All right. What does my spirit want me to know for the coming 3 months? What's coming my way? Ooh, we have the Page of Swords. So there's definitely some communication coming through, news, potential offer. Let's get some more guidance on what is this coming 3 months for Florence, which is like solidly like most of the summertime. Definitely seeing some travel. Like I saw a night energy. Ooh, and we have the World card, which is also the travel card. Love that. Yeah, and I'm seeing like cycles. I'm almost reading this as like the Wheel of Fortune too, with just kind of this part of the depiction. We got the little guy here with this flute. We got the very maiden energy here dancing around. We got the fairies. We got young, like male inner child vibes going on. And then we have the Hierophant. So I do see there is a potential for you to be mentored or learn. Maybe you're taking some sort of course, but there's a lot of knowledge you're gaining over these next 3 months. Even if your quote unquote guru or mentor is, someone like a content creator or a book that you're reading. Right as I said that, this book came into my mind's eye. The Neville Goddard collection. This is all 14 books of his combined into one volume here. So maybe you're taking on something like this or A Course in Miracles, or maybe someone's like online course, or going to some sort of retreat, or something where you're learning something over these next 3 months. But there's a lot of knowledge and wisdom you're gaining, especially with this World card and the Page of Swords paired up with this Hierophant. There's a lot of like epiphanies, aha moments, like your sense of direction is being fine-tuned as well. So there may even be some, we already tuned into travel, but your sense of purpose, passion, and direction in life is kind of being fine-tuned to where it's not like you're fully veering off the path that you've been on or currently on, but it's like you're almost taking a bit of a detour to include something new. It's almost like you're going out of your way to pick someone up so that you can go on the same road trip together. It's maybe not literally a person you're picking up, but like a hobby, an interest, a book, some knowledge you want to gain along your road trip of life is kind of what's coming in. But we have the Hangman here. So there may even be that you're not able to travel as much as you normally would or would like to, but there's a reason for that. And any trips that you do get to take over these next 3 months, you're going to be able to really like cherish them and have a lot of gratitude that you were able to go on these trips. Especially in the in-between times of trips when you are feeling a little more housebound, or just feeling like I would love to get out, but I can't. And that might even kind of inspire you to take some sort of like shamanic journey rather than a physical destination you're going to. It's more of a shamanic or inner journey that you're taking. But I definitely see a lot of spiritual evolution, progression coming in for you over these next few months here, Florence. And I just heard to go to this again. I can't remember if it's called Modern Tarot, Modern Life. Every time I say Modern Life, I think of Rocco's Modern Life. Oh, the Real Life Tarot deck. And this was just one I got on Amazon a while back. For use with all life, but see the vomiting Cupid, he's just like puking behind a tree. I'm like, what does that even mean? But for me, this is just like interpret as you will. So let's see. Anything else Florence needs to know over these next 3 months? What's coming her way? Ooh, we have the Alien. I see this actually as a good thing. This is nothing scary at all. This is very much getting in tune with the more alien or shadow versions or parts of you. And fun fact, if you did not watch our pick a card pile, one of the piles actually had a pair of eyes looking in a window from like a dark void. So it's almost like there's more revealed, especially if you selected that pile, Florence. There's even more being revealed. You're not just seeing the eyes in the darkness. You're seeing like the full-bodied version of like a shadow aspect of yourself and getting very acquainted. Not to where you have to defeat this alien life force that's in you. This is more about getting to know this shadow or alien part of yourself to integrate it back into your light and actually have it act as like wisdom and knowledge for you. And then we have the gaslight. When people are gaslighting each other, but I'm actually not taking that approach with this at all. It's really shining a light. Again, you have some stuff there glowing in the darkness, but it's very giving hermit vibes. And I'm hearing taking this along your quest and journey, even if you can only illuminate, with like headlights or a headlamp or something, just that little bit ahead of you in the path, and you don't know like what's way up around the bend. You don't even need to. That's the information coming through, is you don't need to know, like, maybe you kind of have like a final destination in mind, as far as like, I would love to travel to this place, or I would love to accomplish this goal. But maybe all the details in the middle are kind of fuzzy, and I see that being a good thing. And that might even be part of where this hanged one or hanged man energy comes in, hanged woman in this deck anyway. That you don't have to have all the details ironed out before you get started on this goal or this trip. And in fact, you not knowing all of the details will actually leave some really beautiful wiggle room to have a lot of fun. All right, and for whatever reason, I'm being drawn to this Mystic Black Rose Oracle. I think this is a bit of a love deck, if I'm not mistaken. But let's just see anything that needs to come through for Florence over these next 3 months. Guidance, advice, and wisdom for these next 3 months. What's coming her way? We have Anchor, holding it together, getting a grip, heaviness chained up. Okay, I'm actually seeing this as a good thing, especially when we pair it up with the Hanged Woman energy. It's almost like anchoring you into place, but not in a bad way where you are feeling stuck or that heaviness or chained up. It's more about you holding it together, getting a grip, setting a solid foundation for yourself to then be able to take a quantum leap or jump in a direction that feels new and fresh and fun and exciting and all of those things. So I'm actually seeing this as a good combination for you to be able to have that stability and security to learn with that knowledge and wisdom, to learn something that's really going to benefit you, or just become this more integrated spiritual person just in general in life. So that's really beautiful. All right, Florence, I hope that resonated for you, my dear. Okay, so we did have another donation come through from Fairshell. Let's see what we got going on. Okay. Okay, let's put these away, and then we'll get into her reading as well. Get all these staggered back in the way I do. All right, take a quick drink of water, and we'll read the question. Oh, you're so welcome, Florence. Anytime. Thanks again for your lovely donation. Okay. So anything from my inner spark and Kashvi's inner spark would love me to know. Kashvi's facing a lot of peer issues, like leaving her out from the group, bullying, isolation, and even favoritism. Aw. I feel Kay is under a lot of pressure. Literally girls age 8 and above acting bitchy. I feel so bad to use this term, but I mean, it can be true. It can be true. Because you didn't say they were bitchy, you said they were acting bitchy. There is a difference for sure. And a lot of these kids this age are just emanating what they saw online or what their parents do and say. And if, they had a better leader or advisor or guidance, they wouldn't act this way. Earlier, there was just one girl now another girl in the community, 2 years younger, is bullying her intentionally. I literally had to go up her and tell her that's not nice. Yet she continued and is even forming a team with other girls from Kashvi's class in bullying her. As if they have formed a team or have an agenda. The girls in her class actually using lying and victimhood to keep her away from another friend. For example, I have schizophrenia because I hear voices. If you play with Kay, I will be sad, etc. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so going to extremes here. This is very much Matrix coming into attack mode here, because Kashvi being able to shine her light and actually have a good time at school, that's what's supposed to be happening. That's what's supposed to be happening. But this is coming in to detour all that good stuff. But I do see summer being a nice, good break and reset for you to be able to work with Kashvi's energy field to put up protective barriers for anyone looking to hijack, siphon, control, bully, isolate. You're going to be able to do some really heavy duty work as her mother to put things more in balance for the next school year. So even if somehow or for some reason some of these girls carry this grudge or vendetta into the next school year, it's just going to fall flat with a lot of those kind of girls who are just more on the periphery, that are maybe just kind of influenced by certain people. Oh, she's not open to any energy work at all. And see, that's where you can communicate with her higher self. You as her mother can kind of override her ego / human wishes because you are her mother. She's under 18. So this is where you have wiggle room, and you don't even need to like have her in the room as you're doing this clearing, cleansing, shielding, like I just heard siphoning and energy hijack points are being activated when certain girls come around. It's because they can sense her light and it intimidates them. So they, of course, have to turn others against her. If Kashfi had nothing to offer, wasn't smart, wasn't cute, wasn't fun, they wouldn't even bother with her. They wouldn't even give her the time of day. She'd just be a fly on the wall. They don't even notice or recognize. But because they can sense the heat of her light, or whatever that is, they have to try to shoot her down or blow out that light. But of course, my mom would say the same thing to me when girls were teasing me about my hair color. And then the next year, this is crazy too. Especially with like destiny swapping things, someone will actively be making fun of you for a trait or a quirk or the way you dress, the way you look. And then before you know it, the same people will actually start emanating that thing they made fun of you about. One example, there was this video going around of this lady who was making fun of, I think she was on a TV show or something, but she was making fun of like a reality type TV show. She was making fun of another cast member who had either an aqua like wig or had dyed her hair aqua, and was like calling her Aquaman and making fun of her, not like to her face, but like with video, like following her around with her other little posse and like, hee, oh my God, Aquaman. Within 2 days of her posting that video, she then goes and posts a video of her new aqua waves that she's got, and she's like showing them off on, I don't know, TikTok, Instagram, one of those. And some creator had stitched these two videos together, and like, this is what destiny swapping, destiny theft can look like, is someone that's actively looking to tear you down, and then they go and do the thing they were tearing you down for. Or if it's something about your looks, they'll go and basically have those same looks, whatever the case may be. And I do see a very similar thing going on. One of these girls, by next school year, I'm seeing glasses in my mind's eye. One of these girls is going to get glasses. Not that that's potentially even what they're saying anything about Kashfi about glasses, but I'm seeing one of them having glasses, and they're going to have to wear them. And now they're cool or whatever. And they're just going to have moved on. And it mostly feels because you're clearing the field. So there's nothing they can hook onto. It's almost like water going around a stone. The water can't grasp the stone. Kashfi being the stone, the water being their barbs are trying to project onto Kashfi. But let's see. Oh, the one lying is having glasses already. Okay, so something about the glass. So there's something about the glasses I'm missing then. Let's tune into this energy. What is this? The girl with the glasses. Because she kind of feels ringleader about it. Deception. And look, you can't even see the face. There's something deceiving, deception. All right. I do not feel inclined to do the spirit fracture with Rainleen at all. Yeah, and that's fine. So I told Kashfi that whoever tries to blow your light is not a good girl. She went ahead and shared it with another girl in the group of 4. She says, I don't like your mom was saying this, because it's true. That's why she didn't like it, because if it wasn't true, she'd just be like, oh, okay, who cares? It's interesting because, okay, so deception, and then and I'm not saying this little girl is like evil. I'm not saying that. The one that's going after her specifically that has glasses. But what I'm seeing is she is being puppeted, mastered, controlled by, I'm hearing matrix forces, especially at night. Even though she's operating during the day at school toward Kashfi, there's something also going on at night. So I don't know if Kashfi's actually having nightmares about this girl, or if this is more the energy of the entity working through this girl is hooking into Kashfi at night to give this girl more access somehow. But there's something going on at night. So you being able to, I have a hair that keeps getting into my eye. Something going on at night that you're going to be able to protect her from, that Again, especially going toward, comfort pet. So this is almost like you're acting as like the emotional support as far as you protecting her energy field. And I do see things not fully stopping by the end of the year, but I do see them kind of waning or kind of petering out, calming down. Yeah. Because like the screw has been turned. This is like a screw. Like to me, it's like the screw has been screwed into whatever this substrate is. I don't know. But what I'm seeing is things will calm down. And then by the end of this school year, you have summer. And then starting next school year, I see that they will be kind of like this, like the energies are parting. So either this girl's put in another class and just doesn't have that good access to her anymore, or if they are in the same class somehow, the girl's just not interested because, again, it's like water going around the stone is what I'm hearing. Water around the stone. And then, of course, her little cronies and minions aren't going to keep going at Kashfi because this girl's kind of the one in charge here. And so she's going to, sad as it is to say, she's setting her sights on someone else because you have almost made cloaked somehow Kashfi's light from this girl to even want to attach to. Okay, closing statement. Anything else? Anything else at all? Okay, the moon. Yeah, there's a deception, distortion. Things are distorted. Again, the matrix is losing its power. And you just claiming any and all power from matrix constructs, from the moon construct, from any entities looking to get at Kashfi. I see you in and of yourself being able to nip all this energy in the bud. You're not going to have to even contact the school and try to, make arrangements because of the bullying. I don't even see it getting to that point starting next school year. Like things are just dying down and not continuing at the pace they have been, for sure. Not saying it'll totally go away, for sure, especially like leading up to the end of the school year, but I do see it kind of fizzling out. And then by next school year, it's like just a small pulse, if anything, of this big dramatic stuff that it's been. I do see it calming down though. Yeah. Yeah. Because you've denied access. Look at this. Yeah. Going from, her feeling like I got to hide my light or, shy away, to her being able to finally just be herself and not feel like she's going to get made fun of around the next corner. But yeah, this is where you come in to really just nip this all in the bud and make it go away. Yeah. But you definitely have to be on defense mode because it's not just going to go away on its own is what I'm seeing here. So hopefully that resonated for you, Varsha, to let you know that you are absolutely well equipped to deal with this energy without even having to talk to any parents, any teachers, these kids again. Just energetically speaking, the energy work you're doing is going to be enough. Yeah, do some energy work. And if you're feeling inspired to... What the heck? Okay, so this computer... I've been in this room all morning, all day, and this computer has done nothing. It just turned on all of a sudden. No active subscription on this device. It's like Minecraft, but it says Craft Mine for some reason. Let me turn this music off. It's very weird. It says do not disturb on the bottom. Oh no, distribute. Do not distribute, but I read it as do not disturb. But even still, they are not going to be allowed to distribute this negativity toward her because you're saying, nope, do not disturb. Love it. Yeah, let's see. No, I sleep with her. S sleeps with us as well. She's getting impacted with him as well. Yeah, and it just feels like too much. She may just be feeling really overwhelmed. I do my best, but she gets upset with me as well because I say the truth. I would love that. I felt this was the agenda to get me indirectly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just because I'm realizing my own power and shining my own light. Yeah. The live stream that Shamanic Self recently did talks about she was like, her dog was targeted a while back just to get to her and things like this. It absolutely can happen through our kids, through our spouses, through our pets, through things breaking down around our home. I mean, these are all different ways that these entities can get to us. Thank you so much. I will do some energy work. Absolutely. I usually do my meditations with her next to me when she is next to me. Yeah. And that'll be enough, you know. Even if she's like, don't do any energy work on me, you have permission from her higher self. Is a favorite puppet, right? Oh, so true. So sad, but so true. Oh, big hugs to you, Versha. Thanks again for your donation. All right. So we had from Nyla, Kalite, my dear. Okay, so just let me know that you're here, but I will timestamp just in case. So Kalite. Boom, boom. Timestamp 104, 105 on the dot. It turned right as I looked up. So 105. 1 hour and 5 minutes. Okay. She's here. Hi, hi, hi. All right. So just want to know any advice or messages from Spirit, right? My living situation is weighing me down and I am trying to stay positive and just focus on my purpose. But at the same time, I do doubt if things will get better, even though I have faith and I am allowing my higher self to guide me. Okay. Yes, let's tune in. Any messages from Spirit, specifically around the current living situation into the near future. What does Kalite need to know? Oh, yes, I love this so much. Like literally direct hit. Your home life is elevating. So whatever issues or problems are going on, you're going to be able to overcome them. The challenge, challenge has been met when it found your energy. So even if things have been difficult here for a while, I see things improving. Let's see how they're improving. Sometimes we can't get the how exactly, but let's see if Spirit will give it to us. How? Okay. Communication. So I don't know if this is specifically a friend or if you have roommates or anything like that. One's moving out or one says, hey, when your lease is up, do you want to come move in here? It could be something like that, but at the very least, there's good news, specifically good news coming in that's going to elevate your current situation. It could even be news of a new place if you're looking to actually move out rather than try to improve the situation where you're at, but instead you're actively seeking to be able to move out in an affordable way. I do see that also being a potential. All right. Let's see. Anything else Kalite needs to know about this living situation? Okay, yes, it's absolutely coming to an end. There's something that's been very difficult that's going to be coming to an end, and I do see you doing some spiritual work around this, specifically meditation or just envisioning the outcome you're looking for. Even if you can't envision exactly like the type of place you would want to move to or what that exactly would look like, just feeling into how you would feel if your living situation drastically improved. How would that make you feel? And tune more into the feelings rather than try to visualize. You can, it's fun to do for sure. But it's more about how you would feel if this living situation, and especially if cost of living has gone up for you and you're just like, how can I make all these ends meet and this go on and that go on? I see you being able to get to some sort of solution with that as well. But let's just see anything else Kalite needs to know about this situation from Spirit. Here it is. Ooh, so it's going to be improving pretty quickly. I'm seeing by June 8th, you're having some sort of solution or resolution is in sight for you. Like you're coming up with an idea on how to, I just heard fix, but a fix could be you like, okay, I'm getting the heck out of this place. I'm moving over here. But by June 8th, you're getting a fix. This is very quick energy here. Also news. You've got 2 cards about good news or something is coming on your radar that is going to put you in a much lighter, higher vibration. You're much happier with things. So I absolutely do see this situation improving for you between now and June 8th. And then even if you're not able to take a leap with a move or improving things where you're at, whatever it is you're looking to specifically do, I see that shortly thereafter, June 8th, around between now and June 8th, you're getting an idea or formulating some sort of plan. And then sometime after June 8th, you're going to be able to put that plan into action. Although me just saying that, I'm also hearing that if for some reason you need to get that plan into action sooner than later, you absolutely have more power or control over the timeline than you think you do. But let's get some closing information. Ooh, yes, look at this. She's like almost like giving spa vibes here. like just living her best life, hard work paying off. But where you have invested, paid your time, money, attention, you're gonna get like be able to reap the benefits from that. So something you've been working toward, you're gonna be able to absolutely manifest that reality for yourself. Let's also, I'm gonna go to the tea leaf oracle as well. Anything else coming in for Kalite? Okay, I love this specifically. Let's just start here. The most difficult part of a situation is over. So whatever the hugest burden has been here, I see energetically that load is going to start to lighten for you. Successful outcome to a problem. Yes, please. Broken bridge. So most likely you're going to be leaving this place, or some person potentially is leaving this situation where things have been difficult. You're going to be dealing with this person no more. Bo, you are highly thought of and triumph over troubles and obstacles. So you have 3 cards about the difficulties being over or you being able to overcome the challenge. 3 of those cards. And you also are highly thought of. I'm really seeing this as spirit coming in to give you a wink of like, we got your back. Like that's what I'm seeing with this specifically. Or if there are other people kind of in the periphery of this energy or of the situation you're currently in, they think you're the better person or the bigger person in this situation. They're not like judging you like, oh, if she could just get her crap together. No, not at all. They're like, wow, she's got it figured out. Been dealing with this situation over a year. I've been wanting to move out on my own. It's very limiting and draining at home, but the cost is crazy. Right. I do see a solution for you this year. Again, it's probably coming in most likely after June 8th, but between now and June 8th, you're really getting like a clear game plan is like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to move forward. It may just involve, like we were talking about kind of at the top of the reading, this Page of Swords, like roommate situation or news from a friend like, hey, I just got a heads up on this apartment. I really would like to move there, but I can't afford it. Do you want to move in with me? It could be something along those lines where you're kind of having like a roommate situation, or someone is letting you know, hey, here's a cool situation. Act now because it's at a good price or whatever the case may be. All in rainbows are a sign for my spirit team and soars. Every time I ask for a sign, I see them. Well, there you go. I just got chills too. So you're being actively helped. Again, that bow card. They are definitely watching you, not in a creepy way, but like watching you, and they've got your back. Your spirit team and source has your back here. And I just heard this whole situation you've been in, you're being tested, and you are going to be able to overcome this challenge. You absolutely are. I mean, you had 3 cards basically telling you, hey, obstacles, you're overcoming them. The timing, again, probably most likely after June 8th, but you're getting inspired before then to get a game plan together here. Yeah, very cool. Sierra Lavender, it's been so long since I've seen you. I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. Yes. Let's see. Oh, Steffers is here as well. Good to see you, hon. It's been a minute for you as well. All right. Well, let me just double check our donation list. See if we're up to date here. I can delete these more junk mails that are accumulating in my inbox as we've been live here. All right. So, just got some info and saw that Amanda Flaker has posted a video. Our online space is being hijacked. Suddenly, it led me to your computer. Oh, turn on suddenly. I have chills. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes, I saw that she'd posted a video. I haven't been able to watch it yet, though. I have it on my like to watch list. She either posted it last night or this morning. I can't remember when I added it. It was very recently, though. It had to have been either yesterday or today. Days are just doing this, running together for me. I will have to check that out. Online space is being hijacked. Yeah. As you read the message. Oh my gosh. Wow. Crazy. I don't, it's weird because it's annoying and it sucks that we have to deal with all this crap. But at the same time, I'm like, same thing, with going on with Kashfi. It's like, if they didn't see our light and our power, they wouldn't even be messing with us. So like, we're okay. We're going to be okay. Yeah. I very much like what we were talking about in Kalite's reading. Like, the most difficult part is behind us. Like, we're kind of at the 11th hour. Oh, and fun fact, I can't remember who it was. I saw a video though about Taco Bell and I don't really go to Taco Bell like maybe once a year, if that, and it's usually because the kids want the quesadillas that they have there. So, and I'm not a Mountain Dew drinker, never have been, never will be, but I guess every time that, this is a conspiracy theory, put your tinfoil hat on real quick, every time that Mountain Dew does like a special collab with Taco Bell with a specific, like, I think they had like code red and whatever, but every time they've had, one was maybe called, I can't remember now. Oh gosh, this is my K2 in the third house, South Node in the third house, showing up blatantly right now. But they came out with their newest one, Midnight. The flavor's called Midnight, but every time they've had, I don't think one was called Blackout or anything. It might have been. Let me just, instead of fumbling myself here in the word with my words, let me just say Taco Bell, Mountain Dew, usually when you put the word conspiracy, you're going to be kind of blocked from knowing things. The Mountain Dew curse. So people believe that there's a correlation between the release of a new Mountain Dew flavors and significant tragic events. For instance, one theory was that the release of Mountain Dew Maui Burst in 2023 was followed by the Maui wildfires. And then Mountain Dew Star Spangled Splash preceded a cargo ship, toppling the incident with the person, the name, the Scott Key Bridge or something, was the name of the guy that wrote the Star Spangled Banner. That happened. And then the recent theory connects that Mountain Dew Baja Midnight flavor will be available at Taco Bell with impending doom or a paranormal event. Because, oh God, I got chills. And that card that we just had, I mean, we're way away from midnight on this clock here, but it's like she's down to the wire on something. And, you know, they say we're like however many minutes to midnight. Let me just see. Let me go. And we did get another donation, which we'll take care of momentarily, but let's just get it. Let's dig our claws into this conspiracy for a moment here. Let's see. Countdown clock to midnight. And to me, the doomsday clock or whatever, and we're like 89 seconds to midnight is like what they said for as of May 9th, 2025. 89 seconds to midnight. Closest ever to human extinction. And okay, let's not go down their rabbit hole. Let's be clear. This is not human extinction. This is their extinction. The demiurge, the false gods, the false light, the matrix. This is their extinction. So midnight, let's bring it on. I've always been a night owl. Let's bring it on. Well, not lately because I got kids and I usually am in bed between 9 and 10 p.m. because, you know, got to wake up early, but bring it on. You know, protecting us true spirits here from anything nefarious, absolutely. But I just thought that was very interesting because, you know, the countdown to midnight, we're 89 seconds as of right now, as of today, to human extinction. No, to their extinction, to the Matrix. I was about to say that they have already left Earth. It's their dummies working for them. Absolutely. You're so spot on with that. Yes. Maybe it has to do with your workplace. Ooh. It could be. It could be. I don't know. Things have been not going so well over there. Not through any fault of my own, but just a lot of targeting and energetic, I guess, interference, you could say. It's not the company's fault. It's not the client's fault. Not at all. Just internet interference for sure. And targeted attacks, especially at my respiratory and throat, coming from someone who doesn't want me there. We'll just put it that way. Ugh. All right, pick up a card I dropped. Okay. Yeah, it's totally their dummies working for them. Okay, well, let's get into Steffer's question. General reading, what my guides want me to know, and what's coming up. Okay. And we're going to get into it right now after I take a quick drink. And I just heard to go to the White Newman Tarot. We have not used this one since our cosmic question last time. Take it as a throat chakra upgrade. Yeah, because I'm pretty locked down as far as my own protections against like matrix and entities. Like I'm very much on the ball. Let's put it that way. I am on the ball. The second something comes into my energy field, I can already sense it. So they're not really getting away with anything. Yeah, they're messing with my income and stuff, sure, but they're very blatantly obvious at this point. Let's just put it that way. General reading. For Steffers, we have the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Wands was on the back of this deck here as well. But the Page of Cups, there is going to be a new offer, exciting. You're at the end of, I just heard you're at the end of a crossroads, Steffers. So there's maybe this decision you've kind of been going back and forth about. If this is not something you've already been feeling or sensing, it's coming up between now and around, interestingly enough, June 8th is coming up as your time frame as well. And we just had that for Kalite. I want to see the astrology. What's going on June 8th? Because that doesn't ring any kind of bells for me as far as any kind of major astrological transition that I know of personally. But let's go to June 8th, which is a Sunday, by the way, if anyone cared to know that. So the sun will be at 23 degrees Taurus. Mercury will be in Gemini. Aries and or Venus in Aries. Mars will be, oh, that's the day Mars goes into Leo. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's something going on. Interesting. Okay. Well, the nodes will have just shifted. Again, we're talking Vedic or sidereal astrology, not Western tropical. So the nodes will have shifted within days of that as well. And the South Node will also be joining Mars, but at the back end of Leo, where Mars is just now entering into Leo on June 8th. I keep hearing that this date is a turning point. Oh, that's your mom's birthday. Oh, that's so cool. I have chills. This is going to be a turning point for humanity, I'm hearing. For the better. Like better timelines, or there's some big shift with a timeline, or a collapse of old systems. I'm seeing like that card with Kalite that Kalite had, Broken Bridge from this deck. Wow. Okay, so I guess we're all kind of getting a collective reading. We're going to get back to Steffer's reading, but her reading kind of acted as the catalyst. So thanks for bringing that through, Steffers. Yeah, there's a major turning point for humanity coming up June 8th, 2025. If you didn't know now, then you'll know now. If you didn't know it already, now you know. All right, so specifically for Steffers, this turning point is bringing bread, a period of prosperity and abundance. And yes, I said this is a better timeline, or a better reality for humanity. Old realities are collapsing, crumbling. And let's just play under the guise that the matrix has already collapsed, because I full-heartedly do believe that. It's just that we are, as humans, and our reality being all glitchy like it is, we're just now catching up. That's almost like, you know, an animal spending its whole lives in this cage, and then you remove the cage. Well, they've really worn some well-worn paths around this cage, and it's going to take them a while maybe to sense that this cage is no longer here, and the fact that they can even step outside of where these bars once stood. That's the energy that's coming through. And Steffer specifically, you're going to be able to step beyond what you thought was possible. And this may even have to do with you walking away from someone who doesn't have your best interests at heart. It's not a literal cat, but it may be someone who you once called a friend. This does feel more like past energy. It's not like this person's like active in your friend group or anything. This is someone from your past who there's a lot of jealousy, that they still may think of you from time to time in a really jealous way. And when they do that, it almost acts as a psychic attack toward you. But this is someone you were friends with in high school, maybe early 20s at the latest, but you don't really speak to this person anymore. They're kind of off your radar as far as, it could be that person. Although there were times that you would get a compliment from someone and this person would be like, oh, well, that must be nice. Or, well, I once had that. Or, you know, kind of almost like trying to justify like, hey, I'm cool too, guys. Kind of one of those types of friends. I think we've all had at least one friend like that in our lives. Usually in high school or middle school. Oh, the interference wave came in. Right. Probably is going to be handled. Yes, it has. And now what we see is the mirage of it projected by the memory still there in our ego reptilian minds? Absolutely. Yes. And that kind of links back to our last cosmic question, how that part of our brain is going to be like let out of the cage, so to speak. But look at this, Steffers. A marriage will take place either romantic or in business. And marriage doesn't have to be like, let me put a ring on it, let's spend the rest of our lives together. But a marriage is like a commitment. And this really does go back to a potential decision you're making about a change you're wanting to make, or you're just kind of at this crossroads. Remember, we were talking about that crossroads energy, Steffers. But I just heard the lamp will light the way. And like we were talking about in, I think it was group 2 of our pick a card. If you missed it, we did a pick a card kind of at around the 10-minute mark. I think we started, or 14-minute mark. 14 minutes, 21 seconds or 12 minutes was the pick a card selection. So if you missed that and want to go back, when this posts, I'll definitely put timestamps. If I remember, I've been really dropping my ball with getting timestamps, but I will remember. I will make it a point. But this feels like a crossroads of a decision that you've maybe, again, if you haven't tuned into this decision yet, you're going to, in the between now and June 8th, you're tuning into the fact that, no, I can actually change my life in so many ways that just weren't clear to me before. Because, the illusion of the matrix was maybe keeping you, blinders on that, oh, no, that all out there doesn't exist. It's just right here, right here. Like, no, the blinders are being removed for you to where you can actually see clearly in front of you. Anything else for Steffers before we close out? I'm also going to get a Money Moves Oracle card. All right, these two. Opportunity or windfall. We also had that abundance card. And then we have the shield. You need to defend yourself. Again, it's this friend from the past that just will think of you from time to time and then send their envy your way. Not like they're like doing like witchcraft or voodoo or anything against you. It's just their envy just sends this ping of negativity toward you. It's not like this person actively is trying to send negativity, just them thinking about you, and that envy, that jealousy could have something to do with your creativity, something to do with how creative you are, just how unique and authentic you are, but also maybe your creative endeavors. Something with your creative endeavors really made this person jealous because they couldn't do what you do. And they still can't do what you do. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. So let's see. Money Moves Oracle. Anything else for Steffers? What her guides want her to know and what's coming up? All right. Transformation. Change is the natural order of things. Don't be afraid of the unknown. And that's the thing, is these blinders that have been kind of put on by this matrix reality, once those are removed, it's like the unknown will be like far and wide around you. Yes, the known will still be very readily available too. So you'll have, but there will be like even timelines or projected futures about you almost envisioning your life in a way you've never envisioned it before. That you just thought, oh, well, that could never be. Maybe you did envision it, but you're like, oh, that'd just be a whim, a dream, a wing, and a prayer. Like, that'll never happen. It'd be cool if it did, but like, how could that happen? You're opening so many new opportunities that you just either wrote off or didn't even allow yourself to go down those roads, but they're coming full force forward. All right, anything else for Steffers? Moving up, career is on the rise, new offers, opportunities, salary increase. You're going to the next level. Again, because something's being removed to give you more access. This is almost reading as like source energy coming down. You have free reign access to sort your own spirit, true source, true spirit coming through, more access, leveling up, ascension, whatever we want to look at that as. And then we have money tree on the back. Dreams come true. You will get what you have longed for. Enjoy your wealth. And wealth doesn't just have to be cash money, especially in this crumbling society. Maybe money's not even going to be a thing anymore. Like, who knows? But health is your wealth. Your resources are your wealth. The food on your table is your wealth. The good, deep connections you have in your life are your wealth. Yeah, there's so much amazingness like that's so readily available to you that once those blinders are somehow removed, I mean, they can be removed before June 8th, but I see around June 8th and thereafter, you're getting like crystal clear clarity on something that just felt so out of reach or so beyond you even being able to process or grasp that could be your life, your reality. All right, very cool. I love that reading. Oh my goodness. Love this reading. I do feel like I'm on the brink of something, so looking forward to what the change can be. Very exciting. Sierra Lavender sent a PayPal donation. Perfect. Have to go get Kay from the bus stop. Well, you have a good weekend, Bearsha. If we don't see you, come back again if we're offline by the time you get back. All right, Sierra, let's get a reading going for you, my dear. So when will my boyfriend get a new job? It's been a month since he was laid off from his IT job. He's been studying for a new certification and applying for jobs since then. Okay. You guys know I'm already going to say it. Sometime after June 8th is feeling like the most likely. And if there is a bite or like a bite on a job he's taking before then, it feels like either they're going to go with another candidate or they're changing their mind, they're not hiring at that time, something like that. Although that to be said, if he does have any kind of interviews or anything before June 8th, he should still go because it's still going to somehow benefit him just by letting the universe know, hey, I want to work, put me to work, get me a job. So still follow through, but just know that whatever it is he may be interviewing or applying for before then may not quite pan out. But there is going to be an opportunity coming in. He will not be unemployed for months and months and months. I do not see that as his reality. Yeah, it's most likely though going to be coming in June. Yeah, and there is some healing that he can be doing. Maybe just even clearing or kind of removing those cords from the old job. If there was a boss he couldn't stand or a coworker that always got on his nerves. I don't know how spiritual your boyfriend is, but just letting him know, hey, you can just remove those cords out by the roots, call your own spirit in to heal and cleanse just any toxicity, sticky energy, or even just like cyclical energy. We would kind of get stuck in these loops, especially if in his IT job, he kind of did the same thing day in, day out. My husband's also in IT, and sometimes like there are certain meetings he has to go to every week that just kind of wear on him. He's like, I don't even want to be at this meeting. But then there's always other new, fresh, and fun and exciting things he's doing with different projects and implementing things, network talk. I don't know. But especially those more mundane, cyclical things that you were just kind of pulling on his energy at work. It's like he's still somehow plugged into that. So him literally pulling out, first calling all his power back through those roots that old job or any coworkers, bosses, clients had taken from him in any way, shape, or form through all time, space, reality, and lifetime. Call all that power back. And then once he feels all that power has been called back, he can then pull all the cords out by the roots from himself and the source that he, was plugging into him. And then just envision this almost, I just call it like a sacred source fire coming down to just burn away and dustify all of those old cords, and then to call his own spirit forward and to fill up every cell of his body and energy field, to just cleanse and clear anything that was missed or skipped or unseen in that whole calling power back and then dissolving those cords. And then also like just almost, this is something that I do sometimes, is just seeing this almost like golden white path to what is meant for him and what would be in his highest alignment and highest good for work, to have a very clear, unbroken path for him to go to that next job. That's something you can probably accomplish in 10 to 15 minutes. That's all it's going to take. And I do see him cleansing that energy. Can absolutely, this is the internet card. So this is about him maybe networking, finding that next job. There will be an opportunity that will be his opportunity. Like wild horses couldn't keep him from this opportunity, but I don't see that he's going to be out of work long. It's going to come in pretty quick. But let's just see anything else he needs to know. I do see him getting this new certification. That's going to be easy. Maybe not easy, but he's going to be able to do it. It's going to take that effort that usually these different tests and certs take. But yeah, it may even take him like some time to get this done, but he's going to be able to get it done. Let's get a clarifier on this Five of Pentacles. This to me is really coming through already as his fear of, the unknown. I mean, especially when we pair it up with this clarifier of the Fool, like what is that next job? Like, it just looks like white clouds on the horizon. Like, I don't know what's beyond that. Like, let the fog clear out and the clouds part so I can see what my future looks like, what my future holds. And this can be kind of a scary limbo phase, especially if you guys are really dependent on his income to keep the lifestyle that you have. But again, I don't see that this is anything to actually worry about. It's just kind of his energy of worried, like, I need money coming in. I know this unemployment thing isn't very fun right now. Like, I need to get back at it. And I do see him being able to do that. But absolutely, it does feel like after June 8th is when he's going to be able to start this next endeavor. But again, if something comes before then, still apply, still, do interviews, do whatever it is. Anything else? Yeah, there's going to be a major life-changing decision, which most likely is him taking another job. He's going to be given an offer. I just heard an offer he can't refuse, so they're probably paying pretty well, and it feels like a good fit for him. So it's not like just like this job that he has to take that's totally out of IT and in a whole other direction just to have money coming in. No, it feels very much relevant to what he does and what he wants to do. Let's go to the money moves oracle. That's a good one for career. Anything else for Sierra's boyfriend getting that next job and anything else he needs to know? Ooh, so maybe again, when this card came out, I don't think I mentioned it, but I was getting like small trip, not like a big vacation far away unless you already have that planned and want to do that. But this can be like a town over, a couple towns over, a day trip. It doesn't have to be anything big and extravagant and expensive, but just having this kind of vacation mindset while he is doing the certification, while he is on this job search, rather than allowing the stress of, I need that next job to like put him into the next job. Allow himself to feel like, okay, I kind of earned this break now that I've been, this job that I've been laid off from. I have now time to feel like I'm in vacation mode. Yes, he's still out there, pounding pavement trying to get that next opportunity lined up, but to enjoy it while it lasts, because he won't be able to be on vacation for too long because he'll be back at work before you know it. And then we have star power. Become an influencer of the company and earn fame, popularity, step into the spotlight. So this literally is a spotlight being put on him as the next candidate for this job he will get. He's going to be the best candidate and he'll be the one that's hired and he'll be treated as such. He'll be treated very well. So I don't see that he really has anything to worry about long term. And I know, looking at the like hellscape of the economy and the world right now, everybody's like, even the people that still have jobs are like in doom and gloom scenarios. So don't let him watch, not like you're in control of him, but like, what I'm saying is like, don't let him watch these, things on YouTube about, no, AI is replacing all our jobs. And, the job market, there's this many unemployed. Like, how are people making it? Like, yes, maybe that's the reality for some people, but that doesn't have to be his reality. Just like in the whole 08 recession, millennials, which is the generation that I'm in, I'm a senior millennial, very elderly up in here, born in 82. Anyway, it's weird because everybody was talking on the news about, oh, recession. We literally bought our house in 2008 at the height of recession, had no cares, qualms, or worries in the world. We were just living in our own best timeline. Didn't give a crap. I would hear from like my dad, like, are you sure now's the time to buy? And I'm like, no, I want to buy now. Like, I'm going to buy now. I'm buying now. And then I even quit my job in 2010 because I just couldn't take it anymore. Did we need my income to survive? Absolutely not. But it was nice to, buy extras and groceries and that kind of thing. And it was nice to have a little spending cash in my pocket. But I literally up and quit my job. And then 2 months after I quit my job, I found I was pregnant with my son in Boston. So it all worked out anyway. And I was not going to allow the news or other people's opinions of how I should and what I should be doing, bringing a child into the world during a recession, quitting your job during a recession, buying a house at the peak of the housing bubble. I did it all. I didn't care. I was on my own timeline. And I'm seeing a very similar thing playing out for your husband or boyfriend, maybe future husband, huh? But yeah, it's like, just because. And I even got married in 2009 during the recession. Like, I just did all these major life big ups and milestones during that last recession. And I didn't care. Everybody's like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to pay for a wedding right now? I'm like, yeah, because I'm making all my decorations. I'm I'm hiring my friends as the videographer. And yet the one thing I splurged on too was the dress and the photos. Those are the only things I splurged on. Everything else was very DIY. Let's all come together and make this thing happen, including the food. We rented like a $200, $250 community center. It was not the prettiest place, but that did not matter to me. What mattered to me was to have all my friends and family and have some fun decorations and to marry the man that I loved. Like, that's what really mattered. So making the most of what you have. And I really do see you guys being able to do that. Even in this screaming of recession. Like, you don't have to sign up for their doom and gloom. You really don't. Yeah, I definitely need a day trip, short vacation. And that can almost act as a reset, Sierra, to just help you guys feel more connected, less stressed, have some fun. Because when life and news are all doom and gloom, like, fun is the first thing to go out the window. Entertainment, first thing to go out the window. Unless we're pleasantly distracting ourselves from the doom and gloom, I guess. But don't allow that playful energy to wane or go away just because things feel a bit stressful right now. In fact, it's now more than ever that that's really needed, is to really hop into those playful energies with each other and, just be kind of almost delusional, because we do truly create, at least co-create, part of our reality, even while in this matrix system. We really can make the most of whatever we've been dealt. Just like I did, just like so many other people did, you guys can do as well. Absolutely. All right, you guys, I think that was it. My dogs are barking downstairs, so that's always an indication they probably want to go outside and bark at whoever's walking past. Looks like we took care of everybody. So let me just triple check over on PayPal, because sometimes it does not alert me that we had someone donate, and I want to make sure I'm not leaving anyone hanging. And I got to remember to put my timestamps as well when I log off of here. Boom, log in. Make sure we're up to date. Texting me my code. There it is. Okay. And activity. We are all caught up as far as I can see. Yes, we are good. All right. Well, that will do it for me. And we will be back on Woo Woo Wednesday next week. Again, amended schedule. We're doing 11 a.m. Mountain Time rather than our 6 p.m. Mountain Time just because of baseball. And that'll continue for at least the next few weeks. Probably that week of June 8th, we'll have a big change, shift, transition, or the week after that anyway. Baseball will be over and I can return to our regularly scheduled evening, at least in the US, evening Woo Woo Wednesday. I can't remember if we're going to do I think it's, we're due for like a free 1-card pull. If you guys want to show up on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, I usually am probably start about the 10-minute mark and then go for about 20 minutes thereafter, pulling cards for those who are here. So usually be there early and you can get a guaranteed free reading when we do the free 1-card pull. Yeah. So that'll be Wednesday. Next week, fingers crossed I don't have a migraine or, some other like school activity I have to be at or something. You never know what's going on. But yes, thanks again, you guys, so much. All those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Peace. And until next time.